welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy, and today I am going to get started again working on Shoulder the Sky. So the first thing that I want to do is just kind of go through some of this stuff because I need to make a journal card to go in here. So I have some cutouts that I want to use in this book, and I have to find the right one, I think. That could be kind of neat, but it's a little big, but we'll see. We can cut it down. Just going to get a few things out that I plan to put into this journal. So it was a slightly less busy morning this morning. My kiddos were like really reasonable at breakfast. My son fell asleep. So I was able to get a bit of stuff done this morning. So it's always nice when your day starts off that way. Went outside for a little bit. It's a really beautiful sunny day. I'm hoping to get out for a walk today a little bit later. We've just been so busy that I haven't been, we usually walk every day. Like we go on a really long walk at either a graveyard or some other safe place like a park in the middle of nowhere or that kind of thing. And today and yesterday, well, yesterday we didn't get a chance to do that. Today I will try to make sure that we do, because you cannot neglect these things. You have to get out and enjoy the beautiful November while it's here, right? So that's just some sky related stuff. Now, to decide what we want to do. So I said that this journal would also be kind of winter related. So maybe I will work with this, this first. And I think that it would be nice in there. So it needs to be trimmed down just a little smidge to go under that belly band. See, it's been a pretty quiet morning, thankfully. Work hasn't gotten wild yet. Give it some time to do that. Let's take the straight edge here. Oh, and I should make sure that I do this right side up so that I don't take anything I don't want to away. I think I'll trim from the bottom because I like the big expanse of the sky. There we go. And that should fit. It does. Perfect. So I have to glue on a backing. I'm trying to use up my scraps as much as I can lately. I think this will fit on some avocado paper. I did some onion skin dyeing yesterday, so I've got quite a bit of paper from that. I have all this. I'm always trying to use up like my different vegetation and things to make dyes for paper and yarn, but now I'm kind of at the point where I have so much dyed paper that I need to settle down with making more paper. So now we'll just glue this. On here, get this out of the way. Things are a little cramped right now. I need to keep going on my organization project, or I'm never going to be satisfied with this space that I have. I actually have a lot of space. I should just move something out of the way. It's the thing about working on these kind of things is that you need like so much stuff around you. There we go. That's a little better. this book that I'm using as my glue book, it's not a very nice book. So if you see any weird bad words or anything, please just disregard them. Because I need to use the paper up for this glue book. So I'll just trim around the excess avocado paper. Watching another YouTube channel this morning during my breakfast, because I'm always hoping to get a little bit of peaceful time in the morning, and I really enjoy a new channel that I've just started watching, which is called The Cottage Fairy, and it was really peaceful. So check out The Cottage Fairy if you haven't seen or heard of the channel yet, but it's a nice channel. Okay, so that's good. And then maybe just put a little bit of ink around. I don't know if that needs a little something else or if I just like it as a landscape. It's pretty cute as a landscape. But I could add something, I guess, too. No, that just sort of looks out of place. I think I just like it as a landscape. But maybe a stamp would be good too. Some kind of a stamp. Maybe a word of some kind. Like maybe winter. Winter sky would be nice. I just ordered some new supplies to do wax stamping, which I haven't done in a long time, but it's pretty nice to be able to stamp things with your own logo and make nice letters and stationery. So I think that's what I'm going to do. These are such fiddly little bitty stamps. I think I'm just going to take the ones that I need here. And oh yeah. So we need Y. I thought that it would be easy to keep them here in this little box, but now I remember how completely annoying it was to put them all in here. So we need, that's a Z we don't need, or a Z. It's not called Z anymore, apparently. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to come up with a better solution for stamps, letter stamps. So we need the R, we need the N, let's make sure this is good and wet. I may have to come back to this piece. I think I might have to go upstairs and get my other ink. Let's see. That's not bad, actually. Then we need I. I don't know if this one's getting a little bit dry. It might be. You know what I think I will do? Because this is a little bit too tedious for right now. That is another organization project for the day. So, we will come back to this concept another time. I don't have the patience for that. So let's just do something different. I know what I'll do. Let's see if we can find a phrase. I have this book of phrases somewhere. That I keep here in this nature library. Maybe this one, and the snow fell. There we go. So because, no, that will cover it just fine. So we'll just kind of ink around it. Glue stick's a little bit melty. Every now and then that happens. I don't know if it's temperature, although it's been quite chilly, so I don't know why it would be temperature. But there we go. And the snow fell. Okay, so just a little something. Okay, so that will go right in here. And then I was thinking of popping a phrase on the page next to it because it's just a white page. And so I have this one, which is on a clear night when you look up at the sky. So I think I might ink that in some yellow just because I think of the moon and the stars. It'd actually be kind of neat if I just went over the whole thing a little bit. There you go, just kind of randomly. And then we'll just pop that right here. And the two pages kind of go together with the yellow, and yeah, that's good. And I have to decide what I want to do here. I think on this page I'll probably put a pocket of some kind. Maybe we'll do like a large, I'll do an altered paper clip and maybe like a large piece of ephemera to go on that page. So let's move a few things out of the way here because we need more organization going on. So I'm just going to pop off camera for a minute and put a couple things away that I don't need. These. There we go. So, some kind of larger piece maybe. Let's just take a look at what we have here. So I want to save these additional, I do have to make something with this, but I want to save these additional pieces from the book for later on in the book because I've already used, that would be nice. I've already used some of them toward the front, and I like to kind of evenly spread it out. I also got, I should share a piece of, do I still have it here? I got some nice Happy Mail the other day, but I don't know if I've put it upstairs maybe. Yeah, I think I did. I just have the envelope. I will find it and share it because it was a lovely piece of Happy Mail. So, moving on to this. So this is an option that could be held in place with an altered paper clip for sure. And I do quite like it. And this could also work. It could be trimmed down. But I think actually I'm going to go with this one. I like that one better. So I actually have to make altered paper clips, and maybe that will be my work that I do tomorrow, because I am completely out of them. I usually try to keep like a stash of a few pieces of common things that I use in books, but that just has not been happening lately. So, where are my... I always use scraps for altered paper clips. It just seems to make sense, because why not? Okay, so let's get some kind of a sturdy foundation for an altered paper clip. What kind of shape do I want? I think like a long one. I'm gonna actually tear that rather than... That's good. And is that gonna be big enough? Sort of. Yeah, well. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna use those scraps. And I'm going to, actually I'll ink afterward. I'm going to ink around them. So then what I'm going to do is just put some glue on this paper. And then slip it up inside like that. Fold. Oops. Line everything up neatly. This glue is just a little gooey today. I'm almost through that glue stick though, so that's a good thing. There we go. Relatively. There. So this is just a very simple looking kind of gray paper with some shading on it. I think I'll do that. And this was like Grey's Anatomy kind of paper that has been cabbage dyed. It doesn't matter if it runs over. I'm going to give it a good trim afterward. So I started to watch Hocus Pocus last night. I meant to watch it around Halloween, but I didn't get a chance. And it's still just the funnest movie ever, but I totally fell asleep watching it last night because I still haven't completely adjusted, I would say, to the time change. It always takes me a little longer than most people, I think. I've always been that way. I've always had a little bit of an insomnia issue around seasons changing. And then having little ones, of course, we all know what that does to sleep. If you have kiddos or even pets, some pets can be like that too. Okay, so that's that. And I think I will just trim the edges, and I need to clean out this corner chomper because it is getting too full. There we go. So that's that. And I think I'll stick with the yellow theme with inking this. Just a little on the back, just because. I absolutely love this French ink. It's called Eyes Ink, and you can't actually even get it anymore. As you can see, I got mine on clearance at Desserts, and it's a really great ink made by Aladine, and it's from France, but you can't really get it all that often anymore. I don't know if they've completely discontinued it. I have seen it just like small, like little tiny ink pads, but I can't find the big ones anymore at all. So I think that's the saddest news. But the good news is that I've had it for a very long time and it's still very inky. So just checking if there's anything that would be kind of nice to include on here for interest. Maybe that. So yeah, it's a really nice ink, and I hope that in the future I can find it again because I like it. Oops. We'll just take a little ink and go right on over this just to add a bit of color. Oops, I forgot to use my glue page. I'm going to have to get a baby wipe and clean that up afterward. There we go. So then I have to back this. Let's see what we have. That might be kind of nice actually to just back it in this colored paper. I like that. Just want to make sure you get your edges really well because that's the first thing that will flip up if you don't glue it completely. Starting making journals, I really learned quickly about how all glue sticks are not the same. You cannot use glue sticks intended for like schools for this purpose because they are not durable enough. They're water-based. You want a glue stick that has like some real good stick to it. This one is one that I actually ordered through my husband's company from the Art and Creative Materials Institute. So it's OIC, I think. Yeah, like it's a really good glue stick. So from the myriads of glues that I use in these projects, that is my my go-to for sort of paper-to-paper flat laying things. Nothing that's too complicated. I do see other people using like the Oohoo or Yoo-hoo, and I think as long as you use it liberally, it's okay. And I've seen other people using Scotch Create glue, which I think is okay, but I haven't used either of them, so I can't actually vouch for them. Let's give that a press. And then this poor chomper. I will clean out this chomper today. Okay. And then, do we want to add anything else to this, maybe? I was thinking potentially some birch bark, which, don't worry, I did not pull it off a tree. It was naturally shed or pulled off by someone else, but it was not something that I did, I promise. Just thinking maybe some birch bark, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this side of the birch bark and maybe down here. No, it's just not working. Just not what I thought. Okay. So I thought this fabric would be good for this journal because it's both wintry and sky colors. So I'm thinking maybe I will do a strip of it somewhere here. Let's do that. I've been going through my fabric stash as well in my studio because that's another thing I have just way too much of. I got into this like funny place where I wanted to be a sewer for a really long time, but I didn't have the time to actually learn. But you know, it's like with some fabric lines that came out, I was so attracted to them just from the overall artistic like merit of the fabric that I would buy them anyways and just hoard them, stash them. And that kind of caused this whole cluster of like fabric to live in my house. And so now, of course, I have the time now to sew and to learn to sew. And I've been sewing for, I mean, I'd say I've been sewing a lot for the last couple of years. I actually just got a Bernina sewing machine, so I've upgraded my my whole capability of sewing. So that's what I'm doing these days. And I've been slowly getting through fabrics, making dresses for my daughter, and I'm going to start making jumpers and things for my son, but we'll see how that goes. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to sew, but I will continue sewing. Sorry for the pause. My Fabri-Tac bottle is almost at its need to be filled period. I find using these Sugar Bell bottles, they're nice to get a nice like fine string of glue, but I find that like the suction can cause the glue to move really slowly, and so you have to keep them pretty full or keep them upside down, or else like the glue takes forever to come out. But not a big problem. I do like the Sugar Bell bottles. There we go. I'll just give that a final press. So there we go. And I don't think we need to do anything to the back really. Maybe stick a little something on the back. I feel like I'm moving at a snail's pace today, but that's okay. It's not a race. Yeah, that's a nice bird. So I've been trying to keep up on some interesting online events that I can keep myself busy, still doing like interesting things online because I can't do them in person. So I found a few things. One is like a Henri Matisse course that I'm going to take on Saturday, and it's done by the London Drawing Group or something, I forget. And it is a pay what you can course, and it's on using your scissors as a paintbrush, basically. So Matisse was known to work with cutting paper and creating like visual imagery with paper, and so I think I will take that. Well, I definitely will take that on Saturday, so that'll be something to look forward to. And then I've also been just looking at a lot of like online virtual tours of different places like Barcelona and all those lovely places that I'd love to be traveling. So I'm just going to do things like that. I'm also working on a video, my next video for my Immersed series. I don't want to talk too much about it because I want it to be a surprise, but I am just kind of finishing up research, gathering materials, and deciding what image I want to work with for that project. So there we go. Then Pop this on here. And altered paper clip. Make sure we only have one page, and we do. I could probably decorate both sides of that paper clip. It's not a bad idea. I hadn't thought of that before. Let's see if I can whip something up quickly. Oh, that's such pretty paper. Coffee dyed vegetable illustration. Not right for this project though. My problem is that I just have too many things around me, like just too many things to choose from. I just really have to scale things down and give myself like a little bit of control over what I have to work with. Here we go. This would be nice. So I will take a strip of this, maybe about that wide. There we go. And pop that in my scraps. Yeah, I find usually like anything that I'm doing, I need limitations on the supplies that I have, or else like I just can't focus. I can't focus. So I'll do the same thing I did last time, which is to clip the paper clip on a page before I do anything with it. Then pop this under it like that. See, this glue is just a little soft. Very, very soft. And we don't want too much. There we go. This is why my fingers are always like sticky and dirty in these videos. Because I'm always touching glue. And I wash my hands like 800 times a day. There we go. Let's get this little piece off. Press that down. You know what might be nice is like a sticker of like the sky or a moon or something, and I have some hanging around here. I saw them this morning. So yeah, this is like the big theme right now is organized, because it should not take me so long to find things. I'm usually a very organized person, but moving an entire, like, well, it's almost like the materials from one studio into another. It's really got me like scrambling things. Huh. Okay, there they are. Ha. Voila. So I think I will just take like a little one like this. And I like these because they're sort of transparent. And just stick, stick, stick. And then we want to hide those white edges a bit. So I will do that with some ink. Okay, and then just give it a push. Perfect. So now we have a two-sided altered paper clip. Then just hold that like that, and we will go over here and we will stick it, or not stick it, but clip it back on to the page. There we go. And just straighten this journal card out. yeah, so now we just have this little image on an altered paper clip. You could tuck something in there. I'm not going to for this page. I think I just like it as is for writing space. And if you want to tuck something there, you can. And on this side, you'll get this nice big journal card. And then we come to the second signature. So I think this is where I will leave off for now. And next video, I will probably be working away on this page, or I may do some work off camera and come back and just kind of quickly give you an update. And so thank you so much for joining me today on this day 2 of like Disorganization Central crafting time. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe. All my social media information is always in the description box. And I hope you have a really wonderful day.